Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. I'm your host, founder of Voices for Voices, Justin Allen Hayes. Thank you for joining us on this episode, as well as our over 270 other episodes in the Voices for Voices catalog vault. And we can't do this without you. We are making a big difference in the United States and across the world. We're helping a lot of people, and it's thanks to you, thanks to your help, thanks to your support. If you can give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment, all those good things, those are free, and we would greatly appreciate that. We do have a very big goal of helping 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond, and we can't do that alone. We need your help and pass this show on to friends, family, colleagues. And again, the best way you can do that is to give us a thumbs up, like, share, follow, subscribe, all those things that are free. Voices for Voices is also a 501c3 charity, so we do accept donations, no matter how small or how big. And you can do that by going over to Venmo and typing in voices, the number four, and then voices. And then you should see the purple hands. And that way you'll know that it's us. And you can also head over to voicesforvoices.org with the URL voices for, with this for being the letters FOR, four. So Venmo is voices number four, voices, and URL where you can make a donation, keep up to date with happenings, Voices for Voices. If you missed the show, and not able to get to one of your favorite platforms, you can still find all those episodes on our website, as well as if you're able to, and again, totally up to you. Uh, if you're able to donate monetarily, that is voices, FOR, voices.org. So we got the housekeeping out of the way. And you've probably been noticing we have been on uh, quite a momentous point in time for us as an organization, for helping people, for garnering support from the ground level, and having that groundswell, that grassroots really taken hold, not only here in the United States, our home country, but across the world. We're seeing numbers, we're seeing countries, cities popping up on every single new episode that we drop, as well as uh, all the episodes that preceded, and it's just really incredible to know that we're reaching people, we're making a difference, we're helping, we're inspiring, we are helping and be a light and giving the uh, the encouragement to be a light for somebody else, because you are, you're a light, we're all a light, and we can all help somebody. And sometimes it's hard because we don't see the fruits of the labor, and in a data-driven world, a number-hungry world, when we don't see numbers, analytics that we think are adequate. Each of us are different, so we all have different opinions on what that is and what those are, what those numbers, what those analytics are. And let me be one of the first to tell you that I've I've been in that I've been in that boat. I've been in that camp of, are we really making a difference? Why are we doing this? Are we inspiring people? Are we helping? Are we being a light? And one of the biggest things that I have had to learn is we can't always see the numbers. We can't always see all the individuals or a lot of the individuals that we're helping or that are tuning in for one of our awesome guests that we have had and continue to have, who tune in for a particular topic or particular area. And it's hard, it's not easy. Perseverance is hard, it's not easy. Being patient, I I could probably be farther from a patient person as can be. Uh, now we want results. And I've had to I've had to change my approach. I've had to learn and still learn every single day that we don't always hear from or see particular numbers, particular areas of individuals or an individual that we've helped through something small or maybe something, you know, a little bit bigger. And so perseverance for me goes hand in hand with passion. So if you have passion for anything, it's a lot easier to persevere through difficult times. I say a lot easy, I mean it's easier to think about passion as it relates to perseverance versus just straight uh, straight perseverance of, we just have to persevere, we just have to persevere, we have to persevere. Now, when we add the passion to it, well, we have to persevere because I have this passion of helping, of wanting to talk about hard topics, of wanting to give people an outlet to be a guest on our show, to talk about hard topics, to help somebody that you may know or that maybe you don't know, but you know that there's a particular group of individuals that would be receptive to hearing your voice and seeing you and having you as a guest. All of our shows are beamed across the world. And that was one of the big things that I was at the beginning, it was hard to really think about. We had these big thoughts, these big ideas. And then when we don't see things, again, these analytics show up and we start comparing ourselves to others and other shows and other people, then we start to maybe question, well, should I persevere? What's it worth? But when we add passion, it becomes just a little bit easier. Doesn't make everything super easy, just makes things a little bit easier. And for us to go, why should we persevere? Well, because I have mental illnesses that other individuals may have or may know. And I'm doing this, started from the ground up, that foundation, and it's a struggle and it's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for everybody involved with Voices for Voices. It is, it's something that's hard to do. Like we're talking to ourselves, saying, "Oh, I need to give my own self a pep talk." And I do, because we all need a pep talk from time to time. And so we might go a little bit of while without either hearing a story, hearing an experience from somebody who's directly touched by a topic, an experience. Saying, wow, I thought I was the only one that was going through this or had gone through this. Or wow, there's so many people that have and are gone through cancer or some type of very serious disease and challenge or disability. And that's what keeps it going. But there's another thing called peace. While we want peace across the world, across the board. But first, we have to have that inner peace that what we're doing matters. And so while, analytics and different things may not show us what we want them to show us, we have that peace inside saying, this is gonna touch somebody's life. We may or may not know that. We may or may not hear that. But what we do know is we're having inner peace when we talk about topics that are hard or easy, when we talk to guests across the board. Then when we have that inner peace, we stack that with passion, we're able to we're able to persevere much, much easier. We're able to project confidence, even if we have, which I always have, butterflies inside, but they're the good kind of butterflies. Our body doesn't process like butterfly stress of like, wow, this is awesome. I can't wait to do this. I can't believe we get the opportunity to do this. Whether it's that kind of stress or whether it's the, oh my gosh, how am I gonna handle this situation that's coming up or this topic? Uh, what if I don't give the best answer? Our body doesn't know. Our body just processes stress as stress. And so that's important to know. And we've talked about on previous shows, but it's so important bringing that up tonight on this particular show. And then there's something called sacrifice. And this is when we make a decision to do one thing instead of another. And so not everything's glamorous. Not everything is about getting in front of the camera. There's a lot of administrative, boring, non-fun work that comes with putting these shows together. not fun and it takes a long time. Some of it, actually most of it, is not hard. It just takes time to do it. And so that takes us away from other things we could be doing. And we have to be willing, we have to be willing to sacrifice in the short term, which is short term still could be a year, two or three, over the long term of building something that is going to help and has helped in reaching numbers. Like recently, we reached hitting in studio, out of studio episode numbers. We just hit episode 250. And we were reminded in one of our social media posts, one of the comments and feedback, that when we talk about podcasts and shows, there's data out there. And if we think of all the shows, all the podcasts out there, there's relatively a small amount that ever make it to their 250th episode. Because maybe we think, oh, this is easy, or we want to talk about this topic or that topic. Well, as somebody who's been there, if you're not passionate, you don't have the inner peace, you're not willing to persevere, you're not willing to sacrifice, you're not going to continue. It's plain and simple. Doesn't mean the sacrifice is easy, doesn't mean it's fun. Just trust me, there are a lot of things that I've had to sacrifice events and different things to get us to where we're at. But not only that, to where we're going. Last year, I don't even know if we were at episode 150 by the end of 2024. We've just been working at such a fervent pace that I, I should know that answer, but I don't. And so when I threw out the goal for us to have a total of 300 total in studio and out of studio episodes by the end of 2025, um, it was another lofty goal. Like, wow, I don't know if we're gonna be able to reach that because we hadn't even reached 250. But we kept working and we kept working and we kept working. And we didn't just talk, we didn't just share these lofty ideas and goals. We started, when I started, we continued that passion, that inner peace, that perseverance, at times sacrificing. And here we are. We didn't only hit episode 250. We're in the first week and a half of July, and we're over 270 episodes. I think we're even over 273, 75. We're over 270 episodes, just to keep that number, a nice round number. And we know numbers matter. And so for us, the more episodes, we're able to do, the more that equals the more information we're able to share, the more topics we're able to talk about and share, the more our guests can share in additional ways. They may share two, three, four, five, six different topics because they're making such an impact. And so if we didn't record another episode besides our in studio episodes between here and the end of 2025, we would hit that 300 total in studio, out of studio episodes. And to be just over halfway through 2025 is just a crazy thing to think about. I've also heard, hearing a crazy idea, or the people that have crazy ideas are the people that change the world, that help. And so at the end of the day, at the end of my days, that's where I want to be. I'm going to get a lot better balance. I'm going to take a lot less sacrifice as we get closer to 300 and as we continue on. Then 250 and then 300 have been surpassed. And we also have a we all have bright futures ahead of us. We all do. If you don't think you do, just look at what you're doing right now. Maybe you're reading a book. Maybe you have no interest in reading. And now you're like, wow, I'm spending some free time reading. Or you're excelling in athletics or studies, whatever that is. You're excelling at being a babysitter, whether that's babysitting other children or brothers and siblings, brothers and sisters, nephews, nieces, cousins. Just think those are opportunities to have a positive impact on another person, or even more than just another person. Maybe it's two, three, four, 10. And then maybe you're in class. Doesn't matter what kind of class. They have a presentation to give. You're assigned a group. And one of the biggest fears that we have as humans is giving a presentation. And so what would give us even more fear and more stress and anxiety would be leading our group of four or five or however many people are in our group. That's one thing I did when I was going through days of lots of my early days of presentations, giving presentations. We all had to contribute something to the project. But I decided, I don't even know why, looking back, I probably thought, oh, I'm going to be the leader and, puff my chest out. But for whatever reason, I decided to be a leader because I wanted to stand out, and also thought that when I went for an interview, that I would be able to say, well, I know you're interviewing five or 10 or however many other candidates. And one of the big areas for this role is to give presentations and stand in front of people you don't know, even if you do know them. But all eyes are going to be on you or me. And for me to say, well, you know what? That's quite okay because here were the times when I did that. I already did that. So am I going to be nervous? Yeah, I'm still going to be nervous. But I had that experience because there was a voice in my head somewhere at some point that told me, Justin, you should do it. Go for it. Why not? Kind of a little bit like being, your own boss in a way. If I'm leading it and I'm doing well and I care about the class, then I'm going to be confident that I'm going to be able to rally the people around me. I'm going to be able to split up the work, have deadlines for each each of the people on the team, and then we're going to be able to compile all the work at the end, and then we're going to be able to have some practice sessions where we're they call it like mock presenting. So we're just presenting, and there might not be anybody watching, but we're just getting used to the dynamics of, okay, you're going to speak, at this, first, and then you're going to come back and speak fourth. And so there's just a lot of dynamics that, again, just like I mentioned, the administrative part of a show is not fun. And so that stuff's not fun either, is to decide, well, who's going to present first and second, and what are they going to present on? And yeah, well, what if somebody in the group doesn't do their work? And am I able to step in, complete that work, but then also let coach, instructor know what's going on? And that's part of communication. I'm not great at communication, but I'm better than where I was when I began in my early days, 20, 25 years ago. And so when I sit here or stand in front of you, or you hear me and other guests converse on our show, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. The guest's not perfect. None of us are. Nobody on earth is perfect. So yeah, there's gonna be likes and ums and maybe a repeat of a story, and well, that's how it is. If you don't like it, change the channel, find another show. Better yet, put your own show together. And I say that with all due respect. However, that's how I thought. If I was watching or listening, and I was like, I could maybe do something a little bit different or something better. And so I had to tell myself that I could do it. I had to have the peace and the peace in mind, peace in body. I had to have the perseverance of getting knocked down and then getting right back up, getting knocked down and getting right back up. And that passion, you either have the passion for a particular topic or you don't. Some topics, some areas were more passionate than others. I just tend to pick the area with mental health and trauma, uh, public health concerns, uh, areas that I'm very passionate about helping people because there's a whole lot of people on Earth, over 7 billion. We're all going through something. We all have gone through something. We all know somebody who's gone through something. And if we can just take a little bit of that stress away, a little bit of that uncomfortableness away, if we're able to take some of that uneasiness away, I- I'll do it. Because I'm not the only one in the world that's gone through mental health challenges. I'm not the only person who's been diagnosed with major depression or generalized anxiety, and down the road we go. I I just like to talk about it and share because I know 2017, where I was at, I thought I was the only one, and I was the only one. And I found out I wasn't the only one. And so it's my job, my goal to tell you and others